entire forest and the entire sea, and still you cannot try to finish the story. The same way I say, sea can be made into the ink, and the tree can be made into the pen. The forest. Mr. Krishnamurthy's story cannot be finished. I must say that he was a great man who influenced public sector and continues to influence. The day he left for his early award, one of the leading newspapers of India, I think his story was covered by almost 20-30 newspapers when he passed away. And business line carried the turnaround man is no more. And business line that carried him is impossible. Economic Times, NDTV. And I got calls from PTI that could tell us something about this. So he was like that.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Professor Iyer. Thank you. I would like to talk to you in detail. These are just snippets. These are only snippets. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'm extremely sorry to have taken extra time.
No, it's okay. That's the purpose for
No,
which
I needed one connect because there are many people, most of the MDs are here. But single serve is one very interesting connect. And I know we have a paucity of time, as I can understand. We have to do a lot of things here. But I would now request Bhava Saab to quickly tell us in about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm cutting time. The time management is important for me also. I'm doing the Krishnamurthy work now. So quickly बताइएगा sir, in your own opinion from the PSU.
Quickly, ये बता सकते हैं. Good evening to everybody on the dais, and good evening everybody sitting before the dais, right? Quickly बताने का जहाँ तक सवाल है कि I have gone through I had a peep into the book you read. And I would say instead of narrating what is written there, because otherwise the interest of book will lose up, right? And Singhal Saab ne बहुत कुछ बताया है which is not written in the book also. That interest about the book has already been developed, right? Since we are sitting at a place where young audience is there, and why we are writing this book? Because we want someone should learn from that experience.
Absolutely.
And something to transmit. And the stature of Pitamaha was such that we could not dream to meet him in person in those days. That was the aura. And we were blessed that we, जैसे होता है ना, कोई आदमी वैष्णो देवी जाके आता है तो आदमी उसको भी प्रणाम करता है कि हाँ ये वैष्णो देवी को क्या है. तो हमारे कुछ बॉसेज ऐसे जिन्होंने उनके साथ बहुत क्लोजली काम करा था, और वी यूज्ड टू फील ब्लेस्ड कि हाँ उनके साथ कर रहे हुए वर्क विद हिम. सो दैट वाज थिंग प्रोफेसर एनके सिंह, वी.के. माथुर, एंड दे वर ऑल. एंड देन क्या होता है, कभी कभी जब आपके पेरेंट्स बहुत इन्फ्लुएंस्ड होते हैं तो आप बोलते हैं मेरी मदर ऐसे कहती थी, है ना, वो ऐदा बीजी ऐदा कहते सी. तो उसका मतलब ये कि यू आर वेरी मच इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय देम. The bosses with whom I work, and they always used to say कि Mr. Krishnamurthy ऐसे करते थे, वो ऐसे करते थे. And then we used to realize कि यार he had an aura which they are influenced by, and that is the reason we are blessed that we are being transmitted something out of that. So that is something which the student should look for. And now the question to the student who is sitting opposite is very important, because public sector has been shamed a lot. Public sector has been stressed a lot, and then there are some good examples which we must learn, and we must try to replicate them. So my question is, do you want to become a pioneering leader or not?
Yes, sir.
You want to be, right? So then there is something in that book if you want to be. And you need to be you need a dose of adrenaline for your day-to-day activities or not? Not that.
Answer.
Do you need a dose of adrenaline or not? You need. It is not that adrenaline which you will find in capsules, right? It is a motivational. So that is the mind and philosophy of Mr. Krishnamurthy, and I have gone through that book and I have gone through his philosophy, and I would try to sum up in 5-6 barometers, which you people must think that if you have that, or if you try to inculcate that, I am sure you will reach somewhere there, right? And what he was, what made him so is that he was a self-starter. He was a self-starter, right? And a person who is sufficiently motivated to move forward without the help of others, whatever you do, work at it will touch your heart. And जैसे बोलते हैं कि आपने कुछ काम करना है, you do it as you're working it for the Lord. Lord is looking. The same way you must think कि मेरे बॉस ने काम दिया और मेरे को करना है, and that's the reason he said कि Prime Minister ने बोला है. Other day I was talking to one of my other office about our office. He said कि मेरे को Prime Minister ने बोला कि फलाना एयरपोर्ट बनाना है, and he said कि only a mad CEO will accept that. What is that? He said कि फलाना एयरपोर्ट 6 महीने में बनाना है. Not giving the name of the airport, otherwise it will come into some controversy because it's very active nowadays. तो इसे कि एयरपोर्ट बनाना है, मेरे को 6 महीने में चाहिए. मतलब नहीं हो सकता, नहीं को होना ही है, होना ही है. तो ये लोग उस टाइप के थे, ना इन्होंने सीखा नहीं था, राइट? सो यू शुड बी ए नंबर 1 सेल्फ स्टार्टर. पीछे देख के नहीं चलना है, यू विल हैव टू बी सेल्फ स्टार्टर. आर यू लिसनिंग? So number 1, you should be a self starter, which he was, and then you should be intrinsically motivated. What motivates you? A pad, a chat, or a good work. You do it. You yourself feel कि आज मैंने एक अच्छा काम कर दिया है और I should feel motivated. So motivation को दूसरा नहीं देगा. He was getting a self motivation, right? He was a self starter and he was finding motivation in his work himself. And then you should be able to rally others to a cause. आपको ऐसा काम करना है जो आप दूसरे आदमी आपको अप्रिशिएट भी करें, and they should also like to emulate you, right? That's it. And then you should be creative enough for being imaginative. Other day I was talking to someone. He said कि ideas rule the world. Ideas rule the world. And how you will get the ideas? Once you are pure, you are pious, you have got a peace and your satisfaction, and then you will get the ideas. And ideas are very perishable. There are different balls. You used to tell me ideas are very perishable. Even if you get an idea in your dream, you must have a notebook and pen to your bedside. Write it and forget it. But if you keep on thinking about that idea, probably you will block the other ideas which you are going to get. So ideas are very perishable. Write it and forget and start thinking that you will get another good idea. Because ideas are not in isolation. Ideas and ideas, there is a wall of ideas, and only then the strong wall you will create if you get the bricks by brick. So right, he was of that man. And officer used to tell me, Krishnamurthy used to have a system of writing the ideas and then pinning in them. And then in the morning, first thing when he will come to the office, he will discuss about that. Whether that is possible or not is a different issue. But he said, I thought about that. Maybe if he has given 10 ideas, 2 will be got picked up, and then if it work will be got then. And then you should be a bridge builder. You should connect people. You should bring people together. So these are some qualities. So anybody has noted that? If not, I am repeating. Please note down. Right? You should be a self-starter. You should be intrinsically motivated about your work, about yourself, and you should be able to rally others for a good cause. You should be creative, innovative, and being imaginative. You must be imaginative. Don't think, other day we were talking, there was a student who was asked to paint, and then he painted the mountain as blue. And he was getting a very pat from the teacher. You don't know what is the color of mountain? He was very innocent child. Ma'am, I went and I saw the mountain was blue. He said, where you went? She said, I went to Leh. Ma'am, when the mountains are blue. Oh, she said, I never gone to Leh. So like that, you should be imaginative. Imagination comes, you should have belief and trust in that. So that, and last is that you should be a bridge builder, and that will take you somewhere. And time is short, but probably whatever I have written, I will share that content in the summary form. And he was a highly motivator, and there are many people. All these people who are sitting here, they are good motivators from us, and they got the light from others. Light by light, we are living together. I think this we should keep that kindling on, right? Thank you very much. All the best.
May I now request senior most Dr. V.K. Garg to say a few words, and then we'll go to the award function. That's all, please. And short, because हमारी time का थोड़ा सा constraint है.
Thank you. Easy time.
Good evening, everybody, on the dais and the dear audience. I had brief interactions with Dr. Krishnamurthy. First, when I was an officer trainee in 1974, perhaps one of the earliest contacts than anybody in this entire audience. So that was 1974. When we were training, there was a Bureau of Public Enterprises. There used to be Dr. Balde Kareem, who said that you must meet two persons. One is Mr. S.S. Marathe, and one is Mr. Doctor. No, he was not doctor at that time, Mr. D. Okay, fine. I met Mr. Krishnamurthy, and then one was Mr. Raghun in STC. The two management experts at that time, budding, I would say. Met him, then after completing probation, I was posted to the Ministry of Industry. 75, then I went out. Again came back in 1980 and found Mr. Krishnamurthy is Secretary of Heavy Industry. And his room was opposite Dr. Jalan's room. So while I was reporting to Dr. Bimal Jalan, so once in a while I found while going for a meeting or especially for the Parliament question day for the officers gallery. So I used to accompany Dr. Bimal Jalan, and they both used to go talking. After that, एक दिन मिले, उन्होंने कहा सर कुछ tip देंगे how to proceed further. Then he said just two things: make sure you deliver. That was 1980. And then thereafter, it was a long time. I met him in 2008. No, 2006, sorry. When I was doing this ultra mega power projects in PSE. These were 20,000 crore rupees projects to be done. Because I had talked to the minister and मैंने सर ये 250-500 मेगावाट के कितने प्लांट लगाएंगे, इतना बड़ा कंट्री है और इतनी डिमांड है. हाइड्रो की हमारे पास लिमिटेशन है, we cannot go beyond a size. So why not to have a good pit head based plants or the coastal plants? So the idea turned out that we should have 7 4,000 megawatt plants each at pit head as well as in coastal. And these were all to be done through the open bidding. Met Mr. Krishnamurthy said, this is again, you said the public sector should get autonomy, and I had the full autonomy to do this, and the time is 1.5 years to complete the process. I want to complete it 6 months before it in 1 year. He said, yes, do it, but don't forget. I said, I remember, you told me when I was in training, concentrate on delivery, you must deliver. And as the bidding process was going on, some well-wishers all over the government planning commission, they were asking, "Arey bhai, koi bid aayi kya?" I said, "Sir, abhi tak to koi nahi aayi." 3:30 was the bidding time. Between 3 o'clock and 3:15, काफी लोगों ने कहा भाई तुम बोलते थे कि कंपटीशन है और the public sector enterprise should be allowed to deliver. So now you deliver. Only 15 minutes are left. हमने कहा भाई देखते हैं आ गई तो ठीक है. We have tried our best. And if nothing comes, no regrets. The result is effort. Result and efforts are good for everybody. By 3:30, there were 9 bids. And after that, I minded Dr. Krishnamurthy, though I was not in touch with him during this period, but he was monitoring how the things are proceeding.
That's the point.
9 bids came. I rang up the minister, told him, sir, you have received 9. Very good. Go ahead, do the evaluation. Sir, bids were opened, technically examined, financially we fixed a date, time. All the 9 bidders were invited, one person with one assistant. All their mobile phones to be kept out, all their laptops to be operated only in laptop mode and not with outside communication. The whole evaluation process for a 20,000 crore project was completed within 70 minutes with zero representation.
Fantastic.
And credit goes to Mr. Krishnamurthy, who always pleaded that the public enterprise should be given freedom. And people may say anything, but I am a first-hand testimony to the fact that nobody interfered with the work. Except those who wanted to do the leg pulling, ki bhai koi mithai kya. And after a lot of, I don't know what is the politics of the Indian private sector, the Reliance project, which even till date is the cheapest power in the country.
Yes.
कुछ 3 रुपए कितने पैसे उसकी अभी भी आती है price. But still the profitability of the company is not high, so it is not in the limelight. Then came the coastal power plant of Adani's. They gave a 25-year fixed tariff. I asked, भाई तुमने क्या किया? तुम्हारे फाइनेंस वाले नहीं हैं, तुम्हारे यहाँ मार्केटिंग वाला नहीं है. तुम सोचते हो कि 25 साल सैलरी फिक्स रहेगी, डीए फिक्स रहेगा, ऑल मेंटेनेंस कॉस्ट, लॉबिंग, पीओएल सब फिक्स रहेगा. He said, साहब ले लेने दीजिए, उस वक्त देखेंगे. So then I conveyed to Mr. Krishnamurthy after I completed the whole thing, awarded the project. Sir, मैंने तो डिलीवर कर दिया, लेकिन जो मेरे सामने वाला है, whether he will deliver it to the consumer, because he says जब आएगा तो देखेंगे. And this is 16 years down the line today. I find the competition in 2 sectors has proved disastrous. One is the telecommunication. Competition, undercutting tariffs, reducing tariffs to have larger consumer base. The net result is the competition has itself eliminated the competition. Second is the solar power. In the solar power, the competition and the free enterprise, the competition has cut the competition to a level. Now people have taken projects just for the sake of taking it, and they are finding it technically and financially unviable. So this is where we end up when we talk of competition, free enterprise, and relaxed. So that is where Mr. Krishnamurthy had, of course, given a great emphasis on freedom of enterprise and competition, both. And this, for the sake of time, otherwise there was a lot of things to be said about Mr. Krishnamurthy. He was Secretary of Heavy Industry, and it was only after he became Secretary people realized that he is not an IAS officer.
Yes, right.
And that led to a fight between IAS and non-IAS.
Yes, right.
Because Marathe was also non-IAS. So the fellows realized that these 2 posts have gone out of our fold to non-IAS people.
Yes, right.
And then they got after Krishnamurthy and to cut him at the root. And they harassed him like anything on various issues. But still, he survived there, and he played a very effective and crucial role in the National Manufacturing Competitive Council. My last meeting with him was as chairman of the Manufacturing Competitive Council. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
fact, my last chapter is on the NC, National Manufacturing, and I've written something which is very going to, which people get a hand on it, and then you can realize what I told exactly about the ultra mega projects. And I cannot narrate the story right now, but I can tell you that we detected that the Chinese efficiency was not, and I proved it beyond doubt to the entire ministry, to all the people. The paper alive. There is no supercritical technology with the Chinese friends of ours. It is with BHL, so that's the congratulations. The 800 megawatt largest turbine in the country is only with BHL, the best machine for supercritical. Please give a big hand to that company. Now.